Hey guys, Cal here, bringing you another video. This one is going to be the Rush series, and we're just going to keep on going along here. We have our 8-hour upgrade right here, which we might just gem. We don't really have uses for our gems right now, but so we might end up doing that depending if we need to upgrade something. But we're just upgrading our jump spells right now, and pretty much are troops that are required for successful goblin farming here. We're mostly goblin farming, but because we're pushing in a way that we don't really need dark elixir and we just need enough gold to get our town hall up, we have 6 days to get there, so we're not very rushed about it. We're going to have to upgrade our storages soon with that elixir, so you know what, we'll just do that now. Get ourselves some more goblins here, and let's see, can we get an extra wall breaker here? Boom. Doesn't look like it. We'll just pump some more of our goblins in here. But pretty much I've switched to 3 jump spells here because we are mostly just town hall sniping here. We're going to have a video. This is going to be mostly sniping because there isn't much to do on this account, so the best thing to do when you have nothing to do is to push, as the higher up you push, the more gold and elixir you'll find, because you'll be hitting higher town halls than you are used to. Is this level 1 warding going to push me through, or is it not going to? Oh, it looks like it's not going to quite get us there, but we did snipe that out. So we're just mostly going to be doing this for the rest of the video, and the reason why we are pushing is because the higher up we go, the more of the loot we get, the more of the locked behind your star bonus and war loot we get. I don't know what it's called. I think a lot of it is called ore, if I'm not mistaken. So through getting higher trophies, we're going to be able to upgrade our hero armor a lot quicker. And as stated in our last video, hero levels no longer matter, and neither do our troop levels. So we're actually building one of the most optimal ways to play Clash of Clans, where we only upgrade our farming troops, aka the sneaky goblins, and whatever spells are needed to get those sneaky goblins to higher up, or whatever spells we need to support those, being our jump spells, invisibility, and just using our potions to get us to the war threshold that we need. So because of that, the only thing we cannot boost is our the hero equipment itself. And for hero equipment, that means all that we have to do is get more of that resource, and the best way to do that is through just getting as high as you can and getting the star bonus, which is why we're pushing specifically on this account. We would push with all our accounts because that's would be the most optimal thing to do. The only reason why we're not doing that is because the other accounts in the other series don't have sneaky goblins, so they don't have this efficient way to get multiple wins and push into all these higher level town halls. You're going to notice that it doesn't matter what town hall we're going up against right now, it's always going to be a 1-star because we're invisible, and usually the base that we're attacking is going to be close to the edge. We're not going to be getting a lot of loot here, but again, we're not too worried about it because of these long upgrade times, and the things that we're trying to upgrade aren't really loot intensive. Right now, the only thing that's really holding us back are those gold storages, which we already have enough to kind of deal with. And because of that, we don't really need the extra loot. So what's going to be more beneficial is just going to be getting these trophies. And the reason why we're not just doing 3-star attacks is because we don't really have that push to 3-star bases that are equivalent to us. Actually, I forgot to build the blacksmith. So I'm talking about all this new loot, but I haven't even built the new loot yet. So that allows us to get that. So we have to build this before we can start getting our the other things done. So we're gonna. The only problem right now that I'm having is our wall breakers aren't very strong. So yeah, see, they can't even get through this wall here. So we're going to need to upgrade our wall breakers so that we can push through, specifically these high level Town Hall 13 walls, and of course Town Hall 14 and 15 and 16 walls if we ever run into them. But it's very easy. You just throw some sneaky goblins and take out the Town Hall with a simple, ooh, can we get there? Nice. Simple invisibility spell. This is an easy way to learn invisibility spell placement. For people that are seeing me place them all over the place and wondering how I got so good, well, you have to start off simple by just going for exterior town halls, making sure that your invisibility spells are properly placed and that you won't accidentally make the thing that you're trying to hit invisible. And that gets a lot more complicated the more you put into there when you're going for these core town halls, but you also need to snipe out some of these storages, and there's a lot more things you have to make invisible. When you can take away all that chaos and really make sure that you're hitting these town halls without having to think too much about it, that's when you know that you're getting the hang of the attack here. So hopefully, I kind of went a bit crazy on this because I was speaking and not really thinking. Ooh, are we gonna get hit? Oh, nice. It looks like this was low level bombs, so our goblins are definitely going to get through, and we're just going to keep on going here. Maybe I should have kept track on how much we've farmed, but we're currently now promoted to 2, and now that I think about it, I never actually finished my thought of why we're sniping rather than going for why we're sniping instead of going for 3-star attacks. Like I said, it was because we don't have the power, but also every star you get, you should think of it as a star in your attack. So every 3 attacks you do here that end in, oh, we didn't get it. Can I just use this and, oh, I didn't get it. Okay. So let's say you get 2 3-star attacks. Well, you shouldn't think of it as 2 3-star attacks. You should look at it as you gained 6 stars worth of trophies, because every star is a third of whatever you're gaining. So that means as long as we get at least 6 snipes in, it'll be as if we got 2 3-stars in. And because we're using so little of our army and we're just sniping over and over again, we can actually gain more trophies this way than if we took a more traditional route. Now, of course, take it with a grain of salt, because if you're 3-starring every single time, you can of course only go for big gains, so those 30 plus trophy gains, whereas here we're hitting a 19 trophy year, so it's less, we're getting less than that amount by a significant margin, but we're also doing it quicker and more consistently. So it is all payoff. If you can 3-star over and over again, then at the very early stages, because we're in crystal, so it shouldn't be too difficult to push up with 3-star attacks. But as you get higher up, then that might become more difficult, and then you might want to switch into this style of pushing, because you also get to flex on how many attacks you've done, and there's a lot of benefit to it, and it makes it so you see a lot more bases. So if you see a dead base, you'll be able to get a lot of loot without having to kind of decide between pushing or getting a lot of loot. Here you get the best of, not the best of both worlds, but you get the most medium, and sometimes getting the medium is good enough, you know? You don't need to get min-max every single time. Sometimes just consistently getting the same thing will outweigh luck, because it'll be the same every single time. You won't have to worry about, oh, I'm not finding these huge raids, oh, I'm not finding these huge raids alongside my huge trophies. I found a huge raid, but it's not giving trophies, or I found good trophies, but it's not giving me good yields for my time. Then this is also very beneficial. So we're going to keep on pushing here. 9 minutes in. I feel like this has been one of the more successful runs we've... Oh, I messed it up once I said successful. This has been one of the better runs here. Getting a lot of trophies, getting a lot of tax in. I feel like I've just been going, not using too much. We've been pretty lucky with the bases we find. But just like that, we have 51 dudes left. No invisibility. Oh, it looks like it was paid off here. We'll just take this time here and finish off with this pretty lucky base here. Going to get a lot of loot. But this is what I'm saying, like, you could have looked for so long, and yeah, I'm lucky to get this base, but I also went through so many raids and I went through so many nexts while progressing myself that eventually you will find something like this that will give you a lot of free loot, give you essentially reward for your patience, I guess, is a good way of putting it. But we didn't do anything special. We just kind of sat here and sniped and sniped and sniped, and then we eventually got this big payoff, which, to be fair, isn't a huge payoff, but it is a raid that we're getting a lot of loot while getting the trophies, while we're just getting more than we normally would in a situation like this. We're getting loot, trophies, and we're not spending a lot to do it. Only 11 sneaky goblins, and we got a nice 600k raid to pad the stats. And we can still go. We have 43, but we're 11 minutes in. I don't really want to keep on going. But just like that, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got 12 attacks in. That is more than 2 sessions of 3 stars. That's how many 3 stars? That's 4 3 stars in one army camp. And we can still keep on going. If you want to use your not your trophies, if you want to use your CC to get yourself some more invisibility spells, you could definitely keep on going and keep pushing. And I don't know how much we farmed, but it's not too much. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that we got a lot, but it's not nothing. Like, we got the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So right here is a 1 million. And then we got just a little trickles of something. So a lot of 100Ks, and sometimes that's all you need. We got enough for these elixir upgrades, and we already got, what, not halfway, but we got a third, so we didn't get nothing. But it's definitely, just think about it, especially now. I think this is going to be one of the best ways to farm, and the most efficient ways, and the most needed ways to farm with the sneaky goblins, because of the need to be high in trophies. And this makes it so that you don't have to worry about bases, you don't have to worry about your troop levels, you don't have to worry about the defensive levels of your opponent. You just have to worry about getting that 1 star. And yeah, that's all you really have to worry about. You don't need to worry about your heroes either. You don't need to worry about the dark elixir. Just a lot of worry taken away, and you're going to be maxing out your blacksmith. I won't say in no time. This is definitely a good thing to make people come back every day to play, to get their equipment up, but it's going to make it so that you're going to spend less days because you had a better start than most people who are still trying to farm in crystal and are thinking, oh, should I stay in crystal or should I push? But because they're not using sneaky goblins, they'll be like, oh, I can push, but I won't get a lot of loot, where you're just like, I'll just do everything, get everything all the time. So hopefully you did enjoy this little rant. Stay tuned for next week, where we'll have plenty of things to do. We're going to upgrade our town hall to, it'll be level 4 going to level 5, and then we're probably going to be heading to 14. We're going to have probably the storages upgraded a bit farther, to get ourselves enough gold storage to upgrade these town hall upgrades, and keep on pushing, because this is definitely something that people need to be talking about here. So hopefully you all enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.